What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. Guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Helps out the video more than you realize. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. You got nothing to lose. It's all free. Do a lot of Giants content on this channel, as well as the Lakers games coming up. And, of course, we'll be doing the Yankees when their season resumes in April. It's unfortunate the Yankees are done already. But thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Let's talk about the New York Giants. Let's talk about Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, he had a great day against the Saints. And one thing I'm going to say about Daniel Jones is after this performance, there's a lot of New York Giants fans that all of a sudden have faith in Daniel Jones. I see a lot of videos. Daniel Jones is a franchise quarterback. He proved it. And listen, it's weird for me to say pump the brakes. I'm very encouraged that Daniel Jones had such a great game. He had his moment. He needed to finish off that game with his moment. It was an incredible comeback. The Giants really needed it. And listen, man, he was up to the task. He played great. And I'm very encouraged by Daniel Jones. But if anybody knows this, I know this better than anybody about pumping the brakes, because when Daniel Jones first started, I was talking about how great he was going to be, how great this kid is. And then he would have a couple of bad games, and then I'd get really pissed off at him. And then, it's back and forth with Daniel Jones. So Daniel Jones has had really good games in his career, and then he's come out and he's kind of been inconsistent, or he's had a bad game here and there. And I'm not saying that Daniel Jones can't have a bad game. This certainly happens to even the best quarterbacks, but he definitely has to have more good than bad. He can't constantly be up and down and up and down. This year, Daniel Jones has been good more often than not. And again, this is a good sign. This is his third year in the league. He's finally getting acclimated to maybe the weapons around him, and maybe it did take a few weeks to get started. Kenny Golladay said, "Hey, we're gonna start off slow," and they did. And maybe the New Orleans game gets him going. But if Daniel Jones is going to prove that this was no fluke, he really has to step it up against the Dallas Cowboys. Listen, the Dallas Cowboys, I hate them. I can't stand Dallas. Their fans are getting very cocky. We see this year in and year out with the Cowboy fans. They win a couple games, they're going to the Super Bowl, and all this. We hear this all the time, man, especially in upstate New York, where I know. Listen, I'm not saying the Cowboy fans on YouTube or in Dallas or anywhere else are fair weather fans, okay? That is what it is. Do they exist? Of course. I mean, there's fair weather Giants fans, there's fair weather fans of every single fan base. But up here where I live, it is more evident than ever, because Cowboys, a star is out in October, November when they're doing really good, and then when they fall off, they're all gone. Dallas is a really good team. There's no doubt about them. They're a really good team. They're very balanced. They're the best team in this division. It's not close. If the Giants are going to win this game, the defense is going to have to make some stops, but Daniel Jones is also going to have to perform the way he did against New Orleans. Now, I'm not saying that he has to have 400 passing yards, but the Giants definitely have to score 7 instead of 3, and Daniel Jones has to step up. He's going to have to win this game for the Giants. He really is, because the defense, they're not going to stop Dallas completely. I mean, Dallas has a ton of weapons. Dak is playing great. You know how I feel about CeeDee Lamb. Amari Cooper is a great wide receiver. Ezekiel Elliott is getting back into form. And then there's Pollard, who's also a great change of pace back, very dangerous out of the backfield. He can play. Tony Pollard is a really good back. Dallas has a really formidable offense. So the defense, no matter how good they play, they're not going to shut them down completely. If the Giants are going to win this game, they're going to have to score at least 28. They're going to have to get at least 4 touchdowns in this game if they're going to win. I think the Giants, if they're going to win this game, are going to win it 34-31, 31-27, somewhere in there. I would love to see the defense step up in this game. It would be great. But Daniel Jones is certainly going to have to prove in this game that New Orleans was no fluke. Dallas's secondary can be had. I know Trayvon Diggs has had a great season. He's had an interception, I believe, in every game this year. He leads the NFL with 5. But that secondary is the weakest part of Dallas's team. Daniel Jones can't be afraid to attack it. Jason Garrett can't be afraid to attack it. The Giants have to attack that Dallas secondary. They got to make them make plays. And hey, if they do, you tip your cap to them. But that's where they're weak. If there is a weakness of Dallas, that's where it is. And Daniel Jones and company are going to have to attack it with some deep passes. Not every time, but you're going to have to stretch the field, and the offensive line is going to have to give Daniel Jones time. So a really good pocket for Daniel Jones against New Orleans, and if they're able to do that against Dallas's front 7, then Daniel Jones should have a really good game against Dallas, and if we're going to win, that's what we're going to have to do. Let's talk about Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, obviously coming off the ACL tear, looked a little bit slow the first couple of games, but I do believe that you're starting to see that explosive nature that made Saquon Barkley so exciting and so much fun to watch his first couple of years here with the New York Giants. This is another guy that's got to get very involved in the offense. So he tore his ACL week 2 against the Bears. He wasn't able to have the surgery, I think, until weeks later because of the swelling in the knee. And usually it takes about a year or so for that to be completely healed. Saquon Barkley definitely showed some signs of getting better, getting to 100% against the Saints. We saw that with some jump cuts. We saw that with the touchdown reception out of the backfield. And again, I would like to see Saquon Barkley get more involved in the pass game. And I do believe that you've seen that the past couple of weeks that they are getting him the ball out of the backfield. And maybe that has to do with him getting closer to being 100%. I don't know if he's 100% or not. I don't know how Saquon Barkley is feeling these days because I didn't get a chance to ask him. But obviously, if the Giants are going to be a very good offense going forward, Saquon Barkley needs to be a very big part of it. He needs to put the fear of God, as he was touched by the hand of God, according to Dave Gettleman. So he needs to put the fear of God in opposing defenses. And obviously, if he has that ability to be elusive in the open field and he has that explosiveness that we saw his rookie season, it's a massive weapon for the Giants. And the Giants are going to need that. We have not been able to run the ball extremely effectively. I don't know if that has to do with Saquon, if it has to do with the offensive line, or if it is a combination of both. But again, if the Giants are going to find a way to beat Dallas, not only does Daniel Jones have to have a really good game in this one, the Giants are going to have extended drives. Yes, it'd be nice to go deep and get those one-play 52-yard touchdown drives, the one-play 54-yard touchdown drives. A touchdown's a touchdown. But the best way to beat Dallas is by keeping that offense off the field. And if they're going to do things like that, and Saquon Barkley is going to have to be a part of it, they're going to have to run the ball. They're going to have some time of possession in this game. And, Saquon Barkley is going to be a big part of that. The backup running backs haven't done anything. We haven't seen Brightwell at all. We haven't seen Gary Brightwell at all. Booker has done absolutely zero for the Giants. I guess it's a good sign that Barkley has gotten most of the reps in the backfield, but Saquon Barkley is going to be a big part of what we do. So, we'll see what it is. Am I confident going in against Dallas? I can't sit here and tell you that I am. Do I believe that the Giants could win this game? I absolutely do. I believe every game that we go into, the New York Giants have a chance to win. But if the Giants are going to beat Dallas, they certainly can't beat themselves. Dallas is a very good team. The Giants are going to have to force some mistakes from the Dallas Cowboys, and they're going to have to get a short field. Like I said, they're going to have to score 7 instead of 3 because Dallas isn't going to be settling for 3s. If you can hold Dallas to 3, it's a victory for your defense. So, again, do I think the Giants can win? Yes, I do. Do I expect them to win? It's going to be tough. We'll just put it that way because, again, Dallas is a very good team. Of course, if the Giants can find a way to win this game, then you really do have the momentum going your way. You're 2-3. You're right back in the divisional race. You would have a division win against the first-place team. Obviously, that'd be really big. But, again, if the Giants are going to win this game, guys, Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, defense can have to make a stop here and there. I don't expect the defense to make stops a ton in this game. The Giants offense is going to have to carry against Dallas, and that starts with Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. Anyway, that's all I got in this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you made it this far, thank you so much. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and, of course, let me know what you think in the comment section. How the Giants going to win this game, and let me know. Bad Diggity Dizzle, out. Peace.